If you're joining us for the first time, thanks, you're welcome. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. And always come back to check on us. Does that make sense? Whatever. And for our already existing subbies, you already know you're the best. So on today's vlog, I have here this pretty nurse. This general nurse. She has a general nursing license and midwifery nursing. Am I right? Yeah. So here we meet today is nurse Ogechi Ihedi.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hello,
I hope
everyone.
you're not shy.
Ha. Shy of what? Oh no, I'm not shy. I can't be shy.
Alright,
Yeah.
so moving on, before now I hinted that we're going to be doing, some health talk vlogs, of which this is our first episode. So on this vlog, I want her to address, some of the way young people in this part of the world, think, how they reason when it comes to, the word infection, among we young people. They get it wrong. Like they get it so wrong. They get it so wrong. So that's why I'm not a trained health personnel. So I didn't want to come out here and talk, about it just like that on my own. So that's why I had to bring her on the show so she can enlighten us. So okay, what do you think? Because here, especially in Nigeria, when young people hear of infection, or like, oh, somebody has an infection, they'll be like, oh, she sleeps around, he sleeps around, oh, he's dirty, she's dirty, who knows how many girls, he sleeps with, who knows how many guys she sleeps with rather. So, and on my own, I believe that's wrong, because there has to be a means of addressing that. So that's basically why you're on the show. So tell us something.
Okay. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. My name is Ogechi, like she rightly said. So I'll try as much as possible to be very brief, and I'll try as much as possible to make everyone to understand. Now, when we talk about infection is a very broad topic. Yeah. So when we say infection, it is an invasion and growth of microorganisms in the body. Now, we have different types of infection, right? We have the parasites, we have the fungi, the bacteria, and we have the viruses. Now, when we say we young stars, or we the youth, we feel that this word infection is not very necessary, but it is very important. And most people think that infection, just like the normal African saying that the thing they kill African man. Of course, that's their saying, but it's very, very wrong. And infection is not only gotten through sex, it's also gotten through poor hygiene. When you have a poor hygiene, you don't wash your hands, you don't clean your environment, you don't take care of yourself. It can cause infection. And then another thing is poor food, like malnutrition. When you don't eat well, you don't drink clean water, of course you're going to be infected. And so that is why most people think it's not important, but it is very, very important. And sex is not the only way to get infection, mind you, though it is one of the major causes of infection, but it is not only sex. Yeah.
So thanks for your contribution. At least you made us understand some kind of things.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So now I want us to talk about the very common modes of transmission. Some people talk about, like I said earlier, people believe that, for example, let me use a couple for an example now. When a particular partner feels, he or she's uncomfortable or feeling itchy and stuff, I still believe that there are some people somewhere that believe that their partner must have gone to sleep with somebody somewhere. So I want you to address that in while you're explaining modes of transmission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me start with the mode of transmission. We have about 6 different routes of transmissions or mode of transmissions. We have the food. We have the okay. Like I said, we have about 6 different routes of transmission, where we have the food and water transmission. We have sexually transmitted through sexual intercourse. We have through respiratory, which is droplet. We have animal to insect transmission, right? Yeah. So, but sometimes the most common ones among we the youths, because we are sexually active, is through sexual intercourse, right? Yeah. But there are some times is not only through sexual intercourse. Most of the times is not through sexual intercourse. Like I said, poor hygiene. For the females that like wearing a wet pants, or maybe you wash your pants and you just spread them without ironing them or drying them very well, yeah, it can cause fungal infections like all this candidiasis, including the males too, when they have poor hygiene. Some females actually, and males too, actually have bad body odor and bad mouth odor, and it's very, very discomforting. Like, it's very, just like there was a day I entered keke, like, you need to see the odor. I was going to work and it's
I
also
can
funny.
imagine.
Like,
Sometimes you just enter somewhere, or sometimes I'm attending to people at work and they just come and like ooze. I'll be like, sorry, sir, please take like a step or 2 steps backward.
yes.
They'll be like, oh, una still they do COVID for their mind, but deep down, me, I know it's not because of COVID. I know it's not because of COVID, but like, man, you stink.
I wonder how
Really?
someone will actually come out of his or her house without brushing, without taking his or her bath. It's very discomforting.
Me, do you know? I think the most important thing when it comes to like taking care of your body, like on the outside, I can do without a perfume. But if you see roll on, whatever for the armpit, is highly necessary, because no matter how clean you appear, we all are adults. Do you understand? There's a way you will sweat, and some people really have that, they ooze when they sweat. So when you take your bath, just put on something so that when you sweat and mingle with people, you don't make them uncomfortable. Seriously. And I'm this kind of person that don't even know how to communicate, because I'm trying to be careful so I don't make you feel bad. Sorry, we are deviating, but this one is also important.
Very, very
Seriously.
important.
How can you not buy roll-on or body spray? Who does that?
Like, it's very discomforting, and a lot of people actually get infected through that means.
Okay.
And some ladies too, that you're dating a guy, and let me deviate a bit now. Let's say you're going into sexual intercourse, and the guy is going in with a dirty finger around going in with a dirty finger around your genitals. Definitely you're going to be infected, because his hands are dirty. He has nails and they are very dirty. So hygiene is very, very important, especially when it comes to prevention of infection. That is why even when COVID came in, they said wash your hands, okay, wear your mask, wear your goggles, protect yourself from this infection. And then we have respiratory. One of the routes is through respiratory droplets from an infected person. Maybe you're eating with an infected person, and the person's saliva, some people talk while eating and their saliva goes into the food. Definitely you're going to contact, if the person has tuberculosis, you're going to contact it. Okay, there's no two ways about it.
Hepatitis B
or hepatitis B, which is mostly transmitted through sex. Okay, so that's why it's very important. If you have a partner, you have to go and run some tests to be sure that you both are free from infection. Just like another way this infection spreads, especially through sexual intercourse. I'm talking about the sexual intercourse.
So apart from the running of tests, like for couples, she talked about, not just when you are starting the relationship, like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Not just we just got started and okay, I'm going to run all these tests on you. Not just that. 3 months, like that. You'll be doing it. Don't just run it once and chill, because he or she might decide to go and misbehave and contact and come and mess you up. So I mean that has nothing to do with love, but it's a necessity. Like people always have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
You know, there's this saying that there's this song that even your boo get a boo, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So you're not 100% sure that
person.
your partner is free from these infections, right? So that's why you have to run tests to be sure that you're free from, you know, this particular infection, because most of them can be very deadly, especially when you don't know this person has an infection and then you contact it, you know. With time you're going to become very sick, and if you're not able to identify it on time, it might be very fatal. Okay, it might be very fatal. So everybody needs to be careful, especially when it comes to infection. You need to have enough knowledge of what it is. Just like as you are, if you're a lady, you're having itches around your private part, you don't just come, you know, relax and say, okay, it will go on its own. No, because it can cause infertility. So we all have to be very careful, you know, when it comes to infection. And then if you have a partner, especially men, both men and women, yeah, no, both men and women. So you see someone, okay, someone who is not in a relationship will sleep with this guy, and this guy will sleep with another girl, and the other girl will sleep with another guy. Like the infection will just be going from one person to another, which is not supposed to be. Okay, so everybody needs to be at alert, because every day new infections keep coming. Okay, every day it keeps coming. COVID has come, and we are trying to, you know, eradicate it. You know, we are trying to make it less, you know, how do I put it now? We are trying to, yeah, wipe it out completely. You know, so but it takes the grace of God for COVID to go, right? Yeah. So
yeah, okay. So another thing I want to add is, you know, before now I talked about young people, the youth.
okay.
You know, we work in medical facilities and stuff. So
Okay.
I believe we've come to realize that I'm talking about married people now. You've seen how some ladies will come to the hospital to register for antenatal, and while general checkup, they realize that they are HIV positive. Let me use that for example.
Okay.
Now, who gave them? Their husbands. So that brings me to talking about this running of tests, taking your partner, you two, going to check yourselves for most of this. Because you don't just say, oh, I'm married, and you relax. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Don't just say you're married and you chill. You just go and relax. You know, because people misbehave. I mean, in our world right now, people misbehave. No matter even even if it's the love of your life that you marry, do whatever. You know, your heaven and earth, my dear brother and sister, you have to be going for tests, because when you find out early, I mean, it saves a lot of stress. Some people find out so late, and by that time, the disease or whatever have gone far, and there is nothing much you can do. After some months, you hear that, oh, this person has died. But when you cultivate a habit of checking yourself, you know, often, when you dictate whatever it is that is wrong with you, you dictate it early, start taking the right drugs, you can live long, get old, even with that particular virus. So this whole thing, I mean, when it comes to health, I'm passionate about health, I'm particular about health, because without health, man, there's nothing you can do. The money you have, you will not enjoy. The money you're working for, you will not enjoy. And there's some kind of job opportunities you get. The company will give you a letter to go to a hospital or somewhere to run a check. Do you understand? And when we do this thing, we don't give it to you. We send it to the company direct. They will go through it and know if they are going to employ you or not. It might be a multi-million-dollar company, international company. Do you understand? A company that you're going to earn that will really make sense. Lo and behold, listen, I'm telling you from experience. Okay, when they come, we prepare their results and send back to the company. Most of them, when they come, they will say, oh, can I see? Show me. No, hell no. You're not paying us. The company is the one paying us. So we are sending the results to them. You might be wondering, this company didn't call me back. I'm happy we're talking about this, and I'm really talking about this particular issue. It happens a lot. You'll be wondering, I did well in this interview. This company didn't call me. Do you understand? you don't know that that place they sent you for a test, your result is back, and it's either you have a particular stuff that they are not ready to condone.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. You'll be wondering, this company they call me back, this, that. They
Yeah.
see your results, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I mean, when it comes to health, one has to be careful. You'll be really, really, really careful, because the problem we have is just like she said, youths are damn sexually active these days. I'm telling you, and that's where the problem is coming from.
Exactly.
I'm not saying you should not do.
Of course.
I'm not saying you should not do, but you have to be sensible. Take the person for tests regularly. And if you're a freelancer, like if you don't have
you don't have a particular bus stop.
if you don't have a particular bus stop, you use protection. It's funny, but really it's not actually funny.
Yeah.
You make sure you don't no fuck up, no lose guard. If you're a freelancer, always use protection. Don't even catch feelings and say, oh, my dear, because they don't write it here. Because a lot of people are on their routine drugs, they look fresh, they even fresh past you.
Exactly.
They look so good. They look, you will not get anything. Those people will get them, like, they look so good. So try as much as you can. I mean, use your head. Even that your boo, that your only boo, you believe that, oh, it's just you and you two. You're the only one he's dating, he's the only one you're dating. Because you can't he might decide, or she might decide to misbehave. And unluckily, it might happen to be somebody that has somebody somewhere. And that person he or she has and feels he or she trusts might have gone to do one funny. I mean, that's how it happens. Yeah. Please, I mean, let's all try. I'm not saying you should not do whatever you want to do, but you have to be careful, be smart. Because these things, I can't even imagine. Like, for example, now this is, do you know in Port Harcourt here, if there are 1,000 people, 980 something are HIV positive. Some know, some do not know. Not just HIV, hepatitis, herpes. Which other? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And some people know, and some people do not know. The only time they find out is when they come. Maybe they have slight headache or whatever. They feel some type of way, and after complaining to the doctor might decide, okay, let's check this. Okay. That's how the whole thing works. That's how they find out. Or and another, major way of finding out is through blood transfusion. They have to run all of these checks. Blood transfusion. When they come for blood transfusion, we will check you and know what you have and what you don't have, before somebody will say, oh, the hospital gave me and blah blah blah. So they find out when it's time for blood. I mean, what could be more devastating? Headache didn't bring you, you're not so down, but maybe your PVC. I keep misplacing the two.
Now get a voter card. We are voting, mind you, we are voting P2B. Yeah.
Be there, right? You do the needful. Yeah. So when your blood level is low and you need to be transfused, that's when a lot of people find out that, oh, I have hepatitis B, I have this, I have that. It's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this. I keep saying this all the time because it scares me. It really scares me, because I know I'm careful by the grace of God, and I don't know about somebody I care about by the corner. Yeah. I always tell people, because if it happens, it has happened. There's nothing you can do about it. So you can imagine, especially when you're not married, you don't have kids, and you're the kind of person that has compassion. How would you now close your mouth and somebody wants to marry you? Do you understand? So just, live miserable for the rest of your life.
Yeah. And another thing is, like I said, the personal hygiene. I watched a video once certain time, and a guy actually carried these social workers, Ashawo. Okay. Yeah, he carried the girl to his house to sleep with her. The moment she removed her pants, the whole place started booming, and the guy had to chase her out. But she still insisted that he must pay her, even
for the time.
Yes, for the time wasted, that he must pay her, and it caused a very big, issues. We ladies need to take care of ourselves. Even men, we need to take care of ourselves very, very well to avoid infertility, because the rate of infertility is very high. It's on the high side. So we ladies, we have to, prevention is better than cure. You have to know all this. Once you find out that your private part is itching you, the color of your discharge has changed,
don't be shy. Then
when you find out, yes, when you find out that it's having this offensive odor, like if fish that has rotten,
smell.
yeah, so you need to run to the hospital for tests, so that this whole thing will be, will be found on time, detected on time. Okay, prevention, like I said, is better than cure. Don't say this person because you're seeing this guy, he's fresh, he's handsome, this baby is beautiful. A lot of people are carrying infections here and there, and most of them, they know that they have it, but they want to purposely transmit it to everybody.
That's how mean.
Okay,
That's how wicked some people
so
can be.
you have to be careful. Look at me, I said you have to be careful, especially in your dealings with the opposite sex. Okay, just like me, I use myself as an example. 3 days ago, I checked my HIV status.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not
careful.
even though I'm not having sex, okay, it can be gotten through other means. It can be, I work in a hospital, right? So exactly. It can be gotten from sharp objects, and sometimes you won't know a patient has it. Okay, that's why you have to be aware and be very, very careful. Even you as a health professional, you have to be very, very careful in your dealings with patients, with people. Okay, because some know, but they want to share it, like national cake. They want to share it. So you cannot be too careful at all. You cannot be too careful. So that is why you need to prevent it before it happens. And then if at all you have it, please see your doctor, and then please make sure you take your drugs so that you don't infect another person. Yeah, so that you don't infect another person, because you might be a carrier. We have carriers, HIV carriers, right? It might not necessarily bring them down or bring their immune system down, but they can be transmitting to others, and you they are transmitting it to. You're not sure of your immune system. You're not sure of how strong it is. I'm trying as much as possible to bring it to layman's term, so that everybody will understand. Everybody will understand. I don't want to start using big grammar. Okay, I'm just trying as much as possible to be explanatory, so that everybody will understand. This infection of a thing, it kills about 2 billion persons, like every year. Okay, it kills about 2 billion people in the world every year. You need to go and research about it. So it's not a laughing matter, it's not a joke. COVID, we saw the amount of persons that died due to COVID. A lot of people died due to COVID. So if assuming we had the knowledge that, okay, COVID is coming, how do we prevent it and all that, do you think a lot of persons would have died? No. But it was when it came in, health professionals started, okay, what can cause this thing? What is the remedy? What are we going to do? How do we prevent it? That was when they came up with the issue of, okay, you wash your hands regularly, you put on your masks, you gown yourself, okay, you keep social distancing. So all these things are things that can be preventable. It can be preventable, but because a lot of people don't go for knowledge, they don't really care about this topic. Okay, they don't really care about it, so they feel, okay, and everything goes. Meanwhile, there are some people that takes good care of themselves. Even they know, some people know they have it, and they actually take good care of themselves, just not to infect others. But others who are wicked will want to infect people. So you have to be very, 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 very careful. Even you married couples, okay, you couples, you're not safe, because your husband can go and meet a girl that has it, and then he come to you. Sometimes I hear women will say, oh, let him go and cheat. When he comes back, he's still mine. No, Yes, he might go and cheat. He might
ladies?
go and cheat, but you have to be. You tell him. I know of a lady that once told her, she told her husband that now you are married. I no marry any other person. I no dey sleep with any other man.
Yeah.
But any day my vagina itch me, I go hold you. You go tell me wetin you do. Now imagine her telling her husband that. Now if the man wants to do anything outside, he will be very careful not to come and infect his wife.
Yeah.
Okay, because she already knows that she doesn't have it. He's the only one.
Yeah.
So if by mistake she starts having itching and foul smell and all that, now you know who to hold. Okay, so you just have to be very careful as a married couple. Yeah, you have to be, and you have to be to know the right things to do. Thank you very much.
Okay. Really seriously, because health is wealth. Seriously, that should be the only thing you have to have in your mind at all times. Health is wealth.
Yeah. So in conclusion, like I said that infection is the invasion and growth of microorganisms in the body. Now I told you we have four types of causes of infection, right? I told you we have the fungi, we have the bacteria, we have the parasite, and we have the viral. So, and each of these have different organisms that are, involved in it. And then we have the roots. Okay, I just want to conclude. Now we have the roots of transmission. I told you we have the respiratory, which is the droplet. We have through sexual transmitted infection. We have through animal to insect. We have through food and water, transmission. Now, I'm coming down to sexually transmitted infection. Of course, through infection is not only gotten through sexual intercourse. It can be gotten from sharing sharp objects. Okay, when you share sharp objects with someone, you can actually get it. And then, through droplet respiratory, someone who has TB, through airborne, because tuberculosis is airborne, is an airborne disease. So if you're in contact with such kind of persons, you can be infected, just like in the bus when someone is sneezing and is not covering his or her mouth, you just have to be careful to protect yourself from that person, because you don't know what that person has, then what else? I think with these few points of mine, you should be able to know that infection and diseases, they are very deadly. A lot of people die from it. So you have to be careful
and always check yourself.
And always check yourself.
Detect them early.
Yeah, early detection is good. Prevention is better than cure too. Thank you very much. I still remember my humble self. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching and expect more. I hope you enjoyed the second. Yeah, expect more, and please make sure you subscribe. And turn on your notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. Alright, guys. See you.
Take care.
I'll put up her Instagram handle so that you can, find her and proceed with some questions if you have any.
Yeah.
Or you can leave your questions down here in the comment section so that we can address it next time. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Okay. Bye.